Hope I didn't fuck that up somehow. Right. Once that's sorted, should be good to go. Riley, how we doing? We are back in business. How are we doing this fine Saturday? Alright, I didn't mess it up. I did drive my eggs back across. Welcome to the world of shiny hunters again. That's very true. I've had a few shinies in my my time setting up the Charizard, but none of them quite hit the same. Felt more just like a checkpoint or a marker, rather than an actual shiny. I'm still weighing up, like, if I want to keep going and get a grass one as well. I'll have to ponder on it a bit longer, but I've sold myself on doing some shiny hunting in my head, so here we are. I suppose it is morning for you guys still, right? It's only 1, well, like 1:30 here, so I guess it's probably early morning for you still. I'm sure I'll get sick of this in no time, and then I'll be wishing I was back doing eggs again, but hey-ho. At least it's fresh and new for now. Let's grab that and move that over. What am I sharing audio-wise? Mic. Okay. Not too much. How deep in are you now, Riley? How many encounters are you sitting at? I did a good couple of hours to this yesterday after I finished work. Just wanted to make sure all my muscle memory was still there. As bizarre as it may be, you're enjoying the hunt. I mean, it's fun, Riley. Don't get me wrong. I think just playing the game, like, it's a bit different to, like, your regular shiny hunts, but whether or not we'll be saying the same thing when we're, like, 8,000 deep is to be seen. I think at that point we might be on, like, uncatchable number 4 and maybe not feeling the same way. We'll have to see. $384 so far. Not bad, not bad. I'm a bit of a grinder with the shiny hunting, so I'll be putting in some hours, I'd imagine. Although annoyingly, I do have to do some overtime this weekend for work, so I can't fully sink my teeth all the way back into it, but I'll still get some good hours in. My counter doesn't work anymore though, Riley. Now I'm doing 3 eggs, which is annoying. Like, there's 4 counters, like, stacked on the right-hand side. And the very top one used to count, like, trades for me. So it would do +1 when I entered a trade and do +1, like, each time I entered a trade. But because I was doing 2 eggs before, it would count when I entered the first trade to send the eggs into the game. Then it would count the second time when I traded the eggs back out. So I'd be able to, like, perfectly track where I was in the reset. But now I'm doing 3 eggs. It doesn't, like, marry off because obviously everything else is going up by 3. And I only trade twice. So I'm trying to, like, wrap my head around and think of a way of, like, fixing that auto counter to tell me what it used to tell me. And I'm sure I'll think of something eventually, but it's not coming to me right now. Yo, it's good, Backo. Are you Mako in the Discord, right? Who was it? Yeah, Mako, right? Oh, I got crit. Oh, that's not great. You see, I'd say it's not morning, but sometimes when you wake up at like 12, morning carries until 2 PM, so we'll let it slide. Yo, it's good, Tag. Welcome in. How you doing this morning? Well, this afternoon, as we were just saying. Depending on where you are. Morning for the Americans. You guys must be early risers if you are American, because it's got to be, like, quite early for you guys still, right? Do you do shiny hunting then, Mako? Obviously your profile picture's a shiny Trico. Are you a shiny hunter? Vreeze, welcome in, my friend. Good afternoon to you, since you are European. I have not yet had chance to watch the Umbreon crit scenarios, but I'll be tucking my teeth into that at some point this weekend. Was that the team that you were talking to me about, where you said you wanted to build, like the Dusclops Umbreon again? Is that team? Is the game audio and, like, the mic a decent level as well? I haven't, I normally just edit it all in post for the videos, so I don't know if it actually is the right volume for live. So you have to let me know if the game audio of the mic's too quiet or too loud, etc., or if it's relatively okay. Are you planning to do any factory competitions this weekend, Vreeze? I know you've been doing a few of those with that other fella. I can't remember what his name was. Crit again. Oh, wow, okay. I see how we're playing it. I don't know if you've had this yet, Riley, but have you ever had, like, a strong Zigzagoon, maybe like a level 3 one, and then it has an Oran Berry? That is, like, ridiculously annoying. It's like a 5% held item. Very, very, very annoying sometimes, depending on how much HP you've got left. It's alright if you've had, like, a decent starter battle, if you've got a good mudkip, but, like, if the starter battle was rough and you had to heal in the middle, it can be rough with the 3 eggs. Sometimes you're kind of fighting with the I need to heal, but I don't want to heal. It's not the serious team, it's the old Umbreon Curse team with some minor improvements. Fair. Is he just rerunning it to just see how far you can take it? Noel is his name. That would be easy to remember. You know, Noland and Nolan the Battlefront Battle Factory. Don't crit me, please. Perfect. Don't crit me ×2. And I miss, of course. I mean, I'm going to risk it here, because I don't want to have to heal, but... Catch. Thank you. Your pains when you're on the way to fight May, and you run into a level 3 Zig and can't escape. Bro, Riley, I had the slowest mudkip I've ever had yesterday. I think it was sassy, so it was minus speed. And I think it had 8 speed at level 5, and I couldn't run from like 4 different mons on the way to May. It was so annoying. Like, the route at the top where May is as well, there's like level 4s as well. There's either like Wingles, which are faster, or like level 4 Zigzagoon. Like, when you can't escape and you get chunked before you go into the May fight, it's so annoying. Last time you failed to get gold, so you wanted to redeem the squad. Where did you lose that last time, Humphreys? I thought you got gold with that team. Let's do +1. I'm having to do this top counter manually in the meantime, while I try and figure out a way to automate it. I'm very, very, very excited to not be doing eggs right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's been a lot of months since I last got to actually do some shiny hunting. Very, very excited to be back into it and actually have a chance of getting something that I care about getting. Stayed up late last night playing some Halloween event in TF2. Need to caffeinate desperately this morning. Hey, go for it, Riley. What's the weekend for, if not for staying up super late playing video games and then feeling like shit the next day? That's the classic. You don't remember where you lost? Losing Umbreon to multiple crits plus Quick Claw. Double team Umbreon, not the curse one. Was the Umbreon... The Umbreon Dusclops one, though, it was still curse on the Dusclops, right? Or was that a different team as well? You've done too many teams at this point. I struggle to keep track of, like especially when the mons overlap a bit, it's hard to keep on top of which team was which. I was very much debating setting up like a 4 IV / like almost 5 IV Metagross to throw in with this. But like I don't want to like devalue the hunt in my mind, so like every time I do this hunt, I want it to be for like a perfect egg. Like I don't want to just start doing it just to like do it. I want it to be like something that I really like want. If that makes sense. So I decided against throwing in like a 4th egg. I think 3 is like the last point where you can get away with kind of not needing to buy more Pokeballs and not needing to buy extra heals as well, or like needing to heal multiple times. Like I'd say 3 is like the upper limit of where that's safe to do. So I think 3 is probably the sweet spot, and I think if you're not going to do 3, like, you may as well do 5 at that point, because you're going to have to buy heals, you're going to have to buy more Pokeballs. So 4 is kind of like an awkward spot for the hunt, whereas 5 is like, makes sense, I guess, if you're going to take it all the way. Yeah, I don't know, Riley, I just thought about it, and like, it's a problem I have with a lot of shiny hunting at the moment, and a reason why I don't really watch shiny hunters the way that I used to watch them, is like, it's just become a bit of a, like... I feel like people don't even really care about the shinies they get anymore. It's kind of just become this, like, content slop machine, where, like, people just, like, shiny hunt to just, like, get videos and just, like... I don't know. It doesn't feel genuine anymore, and I think a big part of why that has happened is, like, the spread of, like, multi hunting where people are doing, like, I don't know, 4, 8, 12 systems and just like wave birding or like DS, what are they called? Not capture cards. The ones where you can control like multiple DSs at the same time, I forgot what it's called. I'm blanking. But like I feel like that has contributed a lot, and I don't like the mindset of just like trying to slam out as many shinies as possible. I just want them to like all mean a lot if I'm gonna go for all this effort for them. Although having a Metagross would be cool. And it will take me like a silly amount of time to get a 5 IV1. I fully agree, Mako. Like, it's about kind of like... I mean, the amount of people I found through shiny hunting that, like, I speak to every single day now is, like, unreal. And, like, obviously everyone's shiny will mean something different to themselves. Like, some people will do 8 times hunting and still like their shinies. But I see a lot, like, I'm just talking about things that I actually see in the community. Like, people will get a shiny and, like, they won't even, like, care. Like, there'll be no anything because like it's so like spammed at this point that like they don't even like have an interest in it really. Here's the Charmander, by the way. This is our newest recruit. This egg move is going. I just gave it that because I don't even know why I gave it that. It's just funny for comp to beat up the Blissey. So I gave it that, but I will not be keeping that on it. These are all our eggs that are ready to go, ready to be hunted. It's been optimized to the point of absurdity. That's why you like simple old single system hunts. I think sometimes like there's such a rush to like get the actual output that like, and I'm guilty of it myself to some extent, is like you stop loving like the actual game as a shiny hunter, I feel like. Like if you do it for like a very long time as a shiny hunter, like you almost stop thinking about Pokemon as an actual game and you just view shiny hunting as the game. And I think a big part of that is just like spamming shinies like back to back to back to back and not like using them for anything. So I'm trying to get a bit better at like, when I get something, doing something with it, if that makes sense. To like give myself some kind of like real attachment to it. Like when I first got all my shinies, like the first thing I would do is I would EV train them, like level them up, give them a move set. And I feel like as the years have gone on with shiny hunting, like I've just moved away from doing that. And like even stuff that I would regard as like cool shinies, I kind of just box them and don't really use them. So I'm trying to like get away from just like shiny hunting just to shiny hunt, if that makes sense. Which is kind of why I started this like 5 IV quest in the beginning, was because I want to use them for something. You quad hunt, and if you tried over 4 you didn't like it. I mean, it's just, I see people on like Twitch now, Mako, that are doing like 30 times hunting, you know what I mean? And it's just like, I think if you're at the point where you're doing 30 systems, it's like, if you can pump out a full-on shiny like every 2 hours, like there's just no way, like, and you can tell from how they react when they get the shinies and what they do with them. There's just no attachment like at all to the shiny. Like they just get it and then it just gets like perma-boxed and then it's just on to the next thing for the next like little rush. So I'm really trying to move away from just boxing everything and trying to like really like do something with my shinies nowadays. Or at least that's the aim. I mean, obviously this quest is going to take forever, but I don't know about after this what I'll end up doing. Yeah, welcome in, Huko. Huko? 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 Gotta be Huko, surely. That's why you're thankful you did a DTQ early in your journey. The only Gen 3 shinies you hunt are either Ribbon Mastered or a DTQ team / Frontier. I think that's another thing as well. Like, I did a lot of quests when I first started, but the problem is, and as I said before, like, when you shiny hunt, you end up, or I did anyway, I end up just chasing, like, harder and harder hunts, because, like, eventually, like, you'll clear out, like, the quote-unquote cooler stuff in the, like, normal hunts and, like, the normal routes, just over, like, time of shiny hunting. And then, like, you've got to look for something else to do, because, like, eventually just getting, like, a shiny Wurmple isn't going to cut it. So that's everything sorted. We can restart the game. Gotta get that next high. Yeah, indeed. I think, I'm still, in my head, like, wrapped up on this HPIs thing. Like, I don't know if I still want to do, like, Hidden Power Grass. I just feel like I sunk so much time into, like, all the setup for getting Hidden Power Grass. It seems a waste not to see it through. And, like, yes, I understand that the HPIs one is, like, basically, like, perfect HPIs, which is very similar coverage. Charizard's a bit of a weird one, though, because, like, Ice would normally be, like, a very, very good coverage. And it still is for Charizard. It's just, the problem is with the hidden powers on Zard specifically, because it's Blaze boosted. Like, Fire Blast in Blaze does more. Like, even like a super effective, say like a super effective hidden power. So say like HP Ice into, I don't know, like a flying type. That's just a random one. Like any flying type. That does significantly less than Fire Blast when boosted. So like, 2 times super effective isn't really that useful. And even like 2 times super effective where fire's resisted, so things like Latios. Like Blaze boosted, Fire Blast does like almost the same damage. So, like, the hidden power is only really useful for 4 times super effective Pokemon. But I think hidden power Grass just has that, in terms of just, like, OHKOing straight up. But, like, I feel like hidden power Grass is a little bit better for Waters, which has, like, a lot of Mons sit in water as resisting fire still. But, like, only 4 times super effective, like, really is that crazy with hidden power on this Pokemon. Which is why only Ice and Grass are really good. I don't know, though. Because I feel like I can beat Water types for the rest of the team. And, like, Ice is definitely, like, still really good coverage. Like, Mence, Dragonite, it's kind of scary as well. Especially, like, DD Dragonite. Like, Salamence is definitely a big one. Flygon's nice to kill. And I was thinking about it as well, because there's more Pokemon that are times 4 weak to grass, right? So you've got your Swampert, your Whiscash, but you've also got like Golem, Rhydon. Like those like rock grounds are also 4 times weak to grass. But the problem is, a lot of those 4 times weak to grass mons, being like your Golem and your Rhydon, like they have rock moves, and a lot of them have Quick Claw. And like I was looking at the damage rolls of like Hidden Power Grass, and even +1, you don't kill some of the like the Spadef invested ones, or like the bulky versions. So like it's very risky to even try and Hidden Power Grass those, even though they're 4 times weak, because you're very much risking just getting like Quick Claw Rock Slided. Even if it's like a non-bulky variant that you can actually kill in 1 hit. So like, I feel like Ice is low-key more useful just because of that. Because I never really factored that in initially. I just kind of thought in my head, like, when I got the Ice, I was like, well, Grass is going to be times 4 against more Mons. Yeah, exactly, like, Quagsire, Swampert, Whiscash, Golem, Rhydon is 5. Whereas I think it's only 4 for Ice, which is Salamence, Dragonite, Flygon, Altaria. I'm not giving it that. But I think the Quick Claw actually kind of makes Ice almost better coverage. Just because you can get OHKO by, like, everything. You know, it's good, Navarro. How are we doing this afternoon? The old Rend return scenario. It's the same with Brick Break, only a few select Pokemon actually get damaged by it. Yeah, I suppose the flip, though, is, Riley, with Charizard, it's a little bit different because you need to be weakened already to get that Blaze boost. So, like, there would be some scenarios where having super effective hidden power is still useful, because maybe you could just hidden power turn 1, get chunked by a super effective move down to, like, into Blaze range without having to sub, and then get, like, a boosted fire hit afterwards. But I was just looking at, like, water types and Charizard in general, and it's so risky to try and hidden power grass any of them without subbing, because a lot of the Hydro Pumps kill. So you can't, like, rely on that strategy to get low. Like, you're still risking a crit, but, like, it's not reliable because you can run into, like, Hydro Pump sets that will just OHKO you. Because some of them will have Surf, some of them will have Hydro Pump, but I just don't think it's worth it. Which is kind of what sold me on keeping the Ice one, because the more I looked at it, the more risky it was to just ever really click Hidden Power anyway. Except for on, say, Swampert, Quagsire, Wishcash, basically. Which I don't think the rest of the team would struggle with anyway. Other than the fear of Fissure on Wishcash, obviously. You gotta do this method for your Jirachi hunt. I was debating throwing that into the mix as well, Mako. Because I do have the bonus disc, but I don't have a second GameCube currently. So I wouldn't have any way to, like, capture me. I'd have to keep swapping my game cartridges round to, like, transfer it across. And I just couldn't be bothered to do that, basically. But I could see myself doing that hunt one day as well. What about Starmie? Gonna use Beat Up? I mean, you can't... Like, Beat Up is a weird move. Like, Beat Up does physical damage. Like, Beat Up's terrible in 3 Pokemon. Like, it's only really good in competitive when you have all 6 Mons up. And, like, even then, it's really still not great. It's only very good at, like, dealing with specific Pokemon. Like, Blissey. It doesn't really see any use at all in PvE. It's just not very good when you're locked to 3 Pokemon on your team. Because, like, the way it calculates damages is based on, like, the attack stat of each Pokemon in your party that isn't fainted and isn't statused. So you need a full team of 6 to get the most out of it. And because it hits physical, even though it's a Dark-type move, which is really weird, it kind of shreds Blissey to pieces. Whereas something like Milo or Starmie would just eat beat-up damage, for sure. Because they don't have, like, 3 base defense. I know that was sarcastic, but just, You see, Bite's a similar thing, though, Riley, because, like, what am I going to be biting with Charizard, right? Like, you're going to be biting, like, a Lati, but then, like, if you're biting into a Lati, you're going to do 60 times 2, which is 120, but say you're Blaze boosted, like, Fire Blast is 120 plus Stab, which is 180, then Blaze boost damage, so, like, even not very effective. I actually think you'd find not very effective damage. Boosted Fire Blast would do more damage than super effective Bite would. And, like, Hidden Power Ice is better than Bite for neutral anyway. I mean, you could argue, like, Flinch Chance could be nice, potentially. But, like, I think the things that Bite does hit, like, I wouldn't really want to stay in on anyway. It's just too risky. Like, because what are you going to bite? Like, say you bite Starmie, right? Like, say you don't flinch it. First of all, Starmie might even be faster, potentially. But let's say it's not. Like, if you don't flinch that and you get Hydro Pumped, like, you're just gone. And I just don't think that's, like, a good trade. I think most water types, I'm going to be swapping out anyway, really. Like, regardless of, even if I had Hidden Power Grass. Like, the only thing Hidden Power Grass kind of let me sit on was the times 4 weeks. I think the games with Hidden Power, it's just not quite strong enough. Like, the thing that makes... Like, if you were modest, like, I think you'd get some better rolls on some of those Pokemon. But because, like, I'm running Timid to outspeed a lot of stuff that's scary otherwise, like, it's a lot better to just go down to like, just sub down to Pataya on stuff that I can kill, and on things that I can't, like, handle, I'll just swap. Like, it's too risky for Charizard. I should probably heal here, but I'm not going to. I'll heal after the battle, when this definitely catches. Does beat up hit everything for neutral? I actually don't know the answer to that, Vreeze. I'm gonna be honest. Like, beat up's such a weird, like, move. Like, the only time I've ever really seen it is Charizard and Dugtrio run it in ADVOU just to kind of farm Blissey. Which, like, Dark is neutral on anyway. I can't say I've ever actually seen the moves, like, get any use anywhere else, ever. So, it's a real, like, outlier, weird, calculated, weird move. Like, very, very odd. I don't actually know that much about it, other than just kind of roughly how it works. The thing is, Riley, as well, with the bite, like, I'm already suffering with, like, move slot syndrome on this Charizard. Because I need Fire Blast to get Okos on a lot of neutrals, like when I'm boosted up. But then you want Flamethrower for sure for the weaker stuff, so you can kill it without having to risk misses every single time. You need Substitute to, like, reliably get down to Pataya. So then that leaves you, like, one open slot. And I think with that one open slot, HP Ice is just way better than Bite. Because, like, you're hitting dragons, but then you're also hitting ×4 into, like, the dual-type dragons. So, like, I don't think I would ever use, Bite in that instance. I'm not sure if maybe, like, Modest Charizard gets enough rolls with Flamethrower that you maybe wouldn't need Fire Blast. But I just really wanted to be timid to outrun. There's a lot of stuff that sits in the, like, 299 to 320 space. Or 319, I guess, that's, like, gonna one-shot Charizard. It's a very, very nice speed tier to be sat at. You're wondering if in doubles, if you have all high attack Pokemon, if you could do something like Oko Gengar. Well, I was watching LRXC yesterday, and a Manectric 2 Crunch killed Gengar. Not even close, Riley. I think it does, like, 60% maybe. Which is what I was saying before in kind of messages, like, I don't think I'd ever stay in versus Latios anyway. Like, you do outspeed, because most of the Latios don't have speed investment. Got a package delivered. It's my batteries. I ordered some new 16 batteries so I can replace my Ruby battery this weekend because it has died. Which could either be that it's ran out of battery, or it could be that the shitty electric tape that I botch jobbed it in there with before, when I didn't have a soldering iron, has just failed me. But I've got soldering iron now, and I can swap out the battery properly now, so I'll do that at some point this weekend. I think there's one that's faster, right, Vreeze? Like, not like max speed, but maybe like 170. Like one of the weird Latios is like maybe like a physical one that's like EQ, Shadow Ball or something. I think there's one Latios that's fast. Not like max, not 252, but I think maybe like a 170 split. Yeah, that's more what I was thinking, really, Riley, with the speed. Like, it's nice to, if something goes wrong with one of my other mons, I can follow up. There's some weird stuff that you do outspeed. Right, let me get the spreadsheet on. I'm really bad at remembering, like... I do my theory crafting in one go, so I don't have to think about this. But, like, 299 is max with Modest. I'm pretty sure. Let me just double check that. But I'm pretty sure 299 is max with Modest. Where's Sarah, my good friend? Yeah, 299 is max modest. So then you're speed tying with like a million Pokemon. Like so many Pokemon sit at 299 in the tower. Like Zapdos, Slacking, Ments, Entei, Dodrios, Typhlosions, Charizards, Ninetales, Flygons, which are like Flygon Salamence is like so massive to outspeed. Because like even when I was looking at the damage calcs yesterday, like you don't guaranteed one shot with HP Ice into the more bulky Salamences. But like even the ones that have like Dragon Dance, for example, you can just spam sub on those. Because like say at Dragon Dance's turn 1, right, you just sub. And then you've got a sub up. So then like the next turn when it attacks, it will be faster than you, yes, but you just get a free hit. Which means you can just kill it with, or like you can spam sub to get down into HPIs. Because I think once it's faster, I don't know how the AI works for that though. Once it's faster, can it still click Dragon Dance, or if once it's faster, does it stop clicking Dragon Dance? I don't remember what the AI is for that. Timid's massive though. Timid just gives me outspeeds on so many things. And a lot of those things that are like neutral, you can OHKO with blue +1 boosted Fire Blast. Which is an absolute gamble, because if you miss, you're going to get just like pelted to death, but I kind of knew this would be like a gambling style set when I made it, and I've accepted that. The Manectric he didn't even want to take. I mean, to be fair, Mako, I don't blame him. Like, Thunder is just like... Inaccurate moves are scary, man. They're just scary. Which is why I wanted Flamethrower on this set for this Charizard still. Like, even though I'm running Fire Blast, like, I want Flamethrower because then the stuff that I know I can clean up or I can kill, like, I can guaranteed hit, like, barring Bright Powder. And it's why I'll be running double stab fire on this, even though, like, you could really use the move slot for something else as well. I think just having, like, the 100 accuracy as well is super, super nice. We're talking about Zardatum when in reality he's not even part of the main team. He's not, but, like, he kind of slots in with some of the members already, right? Like, I could see, like, Zard and Snorlax, for example, having very good synergy between the two. Because, like, you can't really beat down fires that well with Charizard. So, like, Snorlax with Thick Fat just beats them straight up. Like, electric types are scary for Zard, whereas, like, especially, like, Zapdos, whereas Snorlax will eat that with Spadef. The only thing that, like, you're really worried about still are kind of, like, your Okomons, like your sheer colders, like that are water and ice. They're a bit scary still. Like your Laprases, your Dugongs, things that you can't really kill with Charizard and that Snorlax needs to set up to kill. So I'd have to think about what would be in last slot. And then obviously Rock is scary as well on lead, because Charizard's going to bait a lot of Rock moves. You'd need something that can swap into Rock pretty decently. What am I doing here? I've hatched all my eggs. Let's do a double check. All good. Yeah. Just running left and right for no reason out of pure muscle memory. Classic. You have a Yanma team, Vreeze. Does it get like Baton Pass or something? Like speed boost Baton Pass? Is that the idea? I don't know what else a Yanma could possibly offer other than that. It's part of why I put the counters on the screen though, Riley. Like, it helps me figure out where I am in my reset without having to, like, go digging in my party or, like, cancel trades and stuff. I don't really know anything about Yanma other than it gets Sonic Boom and Silverwind. Those are my two Yanma pieces of knowledge. Like, outside of that, I don't think I've ever actually used a Yanma in my entire life. Like, what does Yanma bring to the table? Like, in my head, Yanma's just kind of a bum Pokemon that does nothing. Like, if it doesn't have Baton Pass, I don't really see what it offers. What's the gimmick? You built a team around something only Yanma can do well. Interesting. I'll have to have a look at Yanma afterwards and see what it gets access to. Again, I don't know fuck all about it. You'd imagine it'd be some type of speed boost shenanigans, but who knows. I've still got to finish watching the LRXC stream. I didn't get the whole way through. Lose quickly. Yeah, any rock, any fire, any electric. Any flying. Anything, basically. Using it in a doubles team. Interesting. I don't know, how does the AI work in doubles? Does it still, like, prioritize a kill if it can get a kill? Like, is it something to do with, like, Yanma protects and, like, baits a turn or something? Because it's so weak it, like, wants to die. And then you, like, sub again and just, like, do some weird, like, death baiting so your teammate can just set up or do something. Dunno. I'll have to have a think about it. I'd never even, like, spare a thought to Yanma if you hadn't have said that, Bruce, to be honest. Right. Have you ever messed it up yet, Riley, where you forgot to trade the eggs back out and then saved? Or, like, restarted the game? Have you ever done that yet? I've done that. That's why I took a save back up. Okay, everything's traded across, we're good. I hate this, like, battery message. I need to swap that battery out, like, ASAP today. Kills a high priority, but you've had Jinx go for Lovely Kiss on one Pokemon while you protected Latios, and then the next turn it one-shot Latios while you thought you were safe. I wonder if it was a rollover-ease. As in, like, maybe it didn't see the kill. You haven't saved over eggs, but 100% you started a new save. Got to the start on, like, what's an emerald right now? Yeah, I've, like, fully, like, had to load the save before because I forgot to trade the eggs back out once I finished the reset. I restarted the game. Like, I went into the trading thing, and then I realized I had, like, worm pause on both games or some shit, and I was like, oh. Nice. Which is why I advocated so hard in telling you to take a backup before you start doing anything. Because I think if I'd have lost all my eggs from that, I would have just shot myself at that point. The AI doesn't understand rolls. Sometimes it goes for a kill and doesn't get the roll. That's true, because I think I've had it before, and I've definitely seen it on LRXC stream, where, like, it could see a kill with, like, 2 moves, for example. Like, one would be, like, a guaranteed kill. I don't know, actually, though, Vreeze, because, like, there's sometimes, like, say 2 moves can possibly kill, right? Like, say, I don't know, a Blastoise with Surf and Ice Beam, right? And say you're fighting, like, a Flygon, or, like, you're a Flygon, and, like, Ice Beam, like, guaranteed kills, but, like, Surf can kill you sometimes. It can pick, like, I think it can pick Surf and you can live the roll. Like, I feel like I've seen that before. if that makes sense. You've had it miss kills. Yeah, sorry, you're saying the same thing I'm on about. Yeah, so because it's the same thing with the accuracy as well, right? Like, sometimes if it sees a kill with 2 moves, it doesn't know about accuracy. Like, I've seen it where, like, it could kill you with, like, I don't know, 2 random moves, like Surf or Double Edge, and, like, or Surf and Rock Slide, for example, and it clicks, like, Rock Slide and misses. Like, I've seen that before as well. So, I'm not... I need to read the AI document and, like, really, like, wrap my head around how some of this stuff works before I get into my actual runs. I would like to, like, have a better idea about things like that before I hop into it. And, like, I know the basics because I watch a lot of LRXC, but, like, I think there's stuff that I need to understand a bit better still. I'm wondering what the first random shiny is going to be in this hunt. Because you see quite a lot of Pokemon per, like, reset, really. Because I'm seeing my 3 eggs, I'm seeing a Poochyena, the starter, probably 3 random encounters at least, just from, like, of uncatchable stuff. Maybe, yeah, probably, like, 3 uncatchable things. So that's, like, 5 plus 3, 8 encounters already. And there's 3 Pokemon that I'm catching, so that's like 11 Pokemon a reset. So there's a lot of chances to get something like completely random doing this. And some of them I'll get to keep and some of them I won't. So we'll have to see if we get lucky or unlucky and get to keep any of them. You haven't read the AI document, there are some weird things that mess you up sometimes. Yeah, there's like weird, like certain moves have their own like AI as well, like depending on what's happening. There's a lot of weird stuff with the AI. Ugh, can't escape. Classic. Can't escape ×2, lovely. Can't escape ×3, yep, fantastic. Yeah, nice. I'm not gonna lie, I may as well actually just heal now, because I'll probably need my potion after the rival battle. I probably should have healed on the... no. I just need to hope I don't get stuck in wild encounters on the way up. Four uncatchables plus 5 catchable per run for you. 2 eggs. 2 actual encounters for your Pokemon plus the starter. Poochyena plus 3. Yeah, so 9 per run for you. It's not great odds, is it, really, to end up with, like, what you actually want? You just gotta view it as, like, a free shiny, though. If I get crit now, I'll probably die. Double leered. I would have lived. Chillin'. Weak Trico. That's what we like to say. You don't have any shinies of the things you can run into, so you'll take any of them. I have Zigzagoons out the ass from when I was doing Tropius. But other than that, like, I still need a Poochyena. I don't have anything from the Wormpool Lion. I don't have a Wingull or a Pelipper. I still need, like, all the starters for, like, Living Dex purpose. Because I only have, like, 1 of each. So, like, realistically, like, my odds are pretty decent as well of getting, like, something that would be good or, like, cool to get. It's basically just Zigzagoon. Zigzagoon and Uncatchable Pooch are the only 2 that are, like, bad, I guess. Or, like, any uncatchable, obviously, when you don't have the Pokeballs. But on the catchable side, it's pretty good. I think what would be cool to do, because I got, like, random shinies on, like, each of these hunts, I think it'd be cool to evolve, like, give the same EVs to, like, each of the... Like, I don't think I'd keep them like this, but just for, like, comparative. I think it'd be cool to get, like, level up, like, one of the Charizards or one of the shiny Charmanders I got, for example, and then do, like, a stat comparison of, like, perfect versus, like, what you would get from a quote-unquote, like, random egg. But, like, even that random egg's gonna be, like, better than your regular odds, because the parents would have had, like, good IVs still. I think it'd be cool to do, like, a side-by-side of, like, what the stat difference looks like. Yeah, welcome in, Corsola. Corsola Shiny Gento. I mean, it's a good shiny to pick out of all of them to have as your profile pick. I'm not the biggest proponent of Gen 2, but it definitely has some cool shinies in it. If you run into a shiny Zig, it'd be good for Pyramid. I already have a lot of them though for his. Like, I think I have 2 Zigzagoons and 2 or 3 Linoons as well already. So it's just like dupe city basically. I mean, even then, I guess it's kind of cool to I could have them on different games as, like, pick-up Pokemon. I'd have to level them all up again, though. I've got a level 91 Meowth squad that I carry around for Emerald pickup. I basically spent, like, 2 days straight just, like, grinding Battlefront, or Elite Four to level them up. Have you had any of the Oranberry Zigzagoons yet, Riley? They piss me off so bad. Alright, sounds good, Ruse. Have fun, don't lose. Alright, that is our squad complete. Let's get these eggs in. Oops, swap that around. Which one do you want to get first, Riley, out of the 2 eggs? Like, do you think it'd be better to get Cubone first, or do you think it'd be better to get Eevee? Because I feel like if you get Cubone first, I feel like it's going to be demotivating for Eevee. Whereas, like, if you get Eevee first, like, you'll still really want Marowak. I feel like the best case is probably Eevee first, right? Like, do you think if you get, like, Marowak straight away, do you think you'll stick out and do the Eevee as well, or do you think you'll just end up hatching that and just keeping it non-shiny? I suppose you only use shinies for your runs, though, don't you? Yeah, I think that would be a big problem, really. I think if you get whack first, like, it'll be hard to, like, make yourself go back through it again. Especially for, like, a single egg speed, because then you're talking, like, 4 an hour at that point. Maybe 5 if you're lucky. You had an Oranberry Zig that you needed to catch for a trade, but you were being greedy with your HP, it went below half. Healed to full. You were 2 HP, went I had some really bad ones. I had like a couple of like really bad mudkips where like the rival starter like leered me like 3 times and then crit me and insta-killed me, I think. Like I had like bad defense, bad HP. It might have been 4 Leers, I can't remember. It just spammed Leer and then just OHKO'd me. And then, like, I rematched him again with, like, the same, like, I healed, I went back up, and then I got double crit and lost again to him. That was, like, absolutely diabolical. It's quite funny to see, like, the RNG that happens at the start when your Pokemon are so weak. I mean, say you do get whack first, like, how would that... Because you only use shinies for, like, your stuff, right? Like, would you hunt... Would you hunt a regular Eevee? But then it won't have Wish, right? Or would you just use Rest? I don't know how that would even work. Oh yeah, valid, Riley, actually. That's true. Yeah, that's probably, like, it wouldn't be too hard to grab yourself, like, you could probably grab more, like for 4 IV, to be honest with you, Riley, it'd probably be worth grabbing, like, 3 eggs. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, it's not that time-consuming to get a 4 IV one. Like, I think it would definitely be worth it compared to the, time of doing the hunt. At least getting a second one, 3 is, like, probably still worth it, but... Especially because you already have the parents as well, like, you could literally, like, use the, like, the same parents you already had in there. So you don't have to, like, set up from scratch again or anything either. As long as you haven't lost the egg move. Like, for example, with Charmander, like, I've left my parents in there. So I've still got, like, my egg move and still got everything else. Not that, like, I want beat up, really, but... I think before I take these mons to level 100, I am gonna clone them, though. Just because, like, I don't want to, like, get to 100 and then realize that, like, I could have done something better in the EV spread and then just be stuck with it forever. So I think, like, when I get them, like, level 50 and all how I want them, I'm gonna clone them all one time and just leave them somewhere in a save file. And, like, that way I can always use them for, like, future runs if I want to just, like, carry a Pokemon through to Ribbons as well. Is it more Nuzlocke in this stream, Riley? I hope so. I've been having a fun time watching along. You're 90% sure you still have the mail in the daycare? You better hope that's 100% sure. Yeah, I mean, the team's solid. Like, Gyarados is so OP, bro. Like... I watched this guy, or like I used to watch this guy, Flygon something. And he used to ban... he always used to ban Gyarados in his runs because it's too OP. It's so strong for like so early game as well. Yeah, I've tried that. How did your battle go, Vreeze? Were you victorious? HG. I was thinking HQ, but that probably makes more sense. I think it was HG actually, now you say that. What was that? Was that like Showdown or was that Frontier stuff, Freeze? Because I know you said you were going to do some Showdown, right? What's the best Miltank moveset? Milk Drink, T-Wave, some type of normal stab, double edge or return. Counter maybe? I don't know. You'd have to think about the last move. Either counter for like hitting stuff back, or like maybe like a setup move or something. I don't know. You think... Yeah, Body Slam's probably nice as well for para, if you're not going to have T-Wave. Body Slam, Earthquake, Curse, Milk Drink. That could be pretty solid, Scorper. Miltank's like surprisingly good on the special side because it has Thick Fat. Miltank is like actually a surprisingly good Pokemon. I always thought it was terrible, but like it's actually really fast as well. Okay, that's all set up. You made a simpler version of the Grumpig Ninetales team, currently in round 19. Fuck, how do you get up to these rounds so fast, Freeze? Jesus Christ. Absolutely spamming the frontier. I respect it. I'm still deep in thought about the question of what attacking moves to put on Snorlax. Because, like, the more I think about it, like, the more I think, like, having the neutral coverage might be better. Like, having, like, EQ Shadow Ball might be better than having, like, say, Body Slam EQ or something. Or Body Slam Shadow Ball. Because, like, things like Registeel could be, like, a very big issue for my team. Because, like, I can't Toxic it with my low tick. It can rest. Like, I can't... Like, I feel like you can't really break it, even with +6 normal, if it starts boosting up. Like, the more I think about it, the more I'm so scared of Registeel, I'm thinking about running, like, double, like, no stab on Snorlax as well. I just need to think about it a bit more. I think it's hard with normal types, because, like, you want your stab, but then, like, it depends how scared you are of, like, Gengar. Or like other ghosts. Like, my team is ass against ghost types, so I need Shadow Ball for sure. You're on an 84 win from the Umbreon team. Gotcha. Makes sense. I feel like the round number also always seems bigger in my head as well. I keep forgetting it's 7 battles, right? I keep thinking it's 8 for some reason. Still pretty high up, though. The other two are Espeon, Spadef invested with Baton Pass, and Sceptile as a sweeper. Are you running like max speed on Sceptile, Scorpio? What's the build on Sceptile? Oh, I haven't set the clock. Genius. Just autopiloting again. Modest Sceptile outspeeds everything. I mean, you won't outspeed Jolt 4, because Jolt 4 is max speed. But, like, Jolt 4 is not that worrying, unless because it's probably not going to T-Wave you, because it's faster. Because Jolt 4 is the fastest thing in the whole Battle Frontier, right? Let's have a look. Sceptile. 339 max neutral. Such a good speed tier, Sceptile. 120 is solid. So you speed tie... You speed tie other Sceptile and Dugtrio, and you get outran by... We're going to ignore Ninjask, because that's earlier. Crobat and Jolts outspeed you. The fastest ones of those run 359. And then 394 on Jolt 4, which is the fastest. So you'll get outsped by 2 Crobats and 2 Jolts. And then you'll also speed tie other Sceptile and Dugtrio. Which isn't the end of the world, but like some of the Dugs carry like aerialized Sludge Bomb. Could be a bit annoying if you lose the speed tie. Yeah, Crobat's not great because they have Scope Lens as well. Like, or Sludge Bomb, which probably just kills, I'd imagine. I mean, what was the rest of the team? I mean, lock back in. I mean, surely Crobat doesn't Oko Espeon though. And Espeon Oko is Crobat for sure. I mean, the problem is though, Scorpio, that Crobat's gonna be faster. So like you basically need to not get crit, because I'd imagine Sludge Bomb, like they carry Shadow Ball as well, which is not ideal. What's the name of the site? I'll send you a link one sec. I've got it open. It's Eisenkalk. Copy that. To be fair, I use Eisenkalk for the calcs, but then I use the Excel spreadsheet for the speed tiers, which is this one. Which I hope is a shareable link. I don't know if that link will be shareable for the spreadsheet. I'm gonna have to make it shareable. I'm trying to theory craft a team, like a non-Sun team. You can't really switch into Crobat with Espeon. I mean, Surely Espeon's the lead though, right, Vriz? Because he said it was for Carmine passing to Sceptile, right? So is Espeon the lead? I feel like Espeon probably makes the most sense as the lead. Because, like, Miltank's going to be a better swapping option than either of the two in the back. Espeon leads, yeah, that makes sense. You're making a team that boosts T-Tar with evasion and special attack. That's interesting. What's the team maker? Special attacking Tyranitar is interesting. Yeah, true, Vriz. Yeah, that's very true. Kind of rough. I mean, the nice thing about that, I guess, though, Vriz, is... like, if Sceptile then dies, he can go back into Espeon, right? Or, like, if Sceptile dies, he can just, like, get a clean swap. And if Espeon's in, even if you're slower, like, it's gonna Shadow Ball that turn, so you could maybe swap into Miltank for the, like, complete evasion of the move. Does HP Ice kill, though? I'd be very surprised if it does, Scorper. See, I kind of was a bit surprised by how weak Hidden Power is as well. Like, when I was looking at the Hidden Power grass rolls into, like, Golem and Rhydon. Like, they're not even guaranteed Okos at, I think, +1. With Charizard. So I'd be very surprised if that kills Crobat at just ×2. I guess the question is, how well does Miltank match up into Crobat? Yeah, exactly, very same brain cell. Did I just risk a crit there? Yes. Do I care? No. Now I get the full heal. I found Espeon is, like, very, very surprisingly strong, though. Like, when I was watching, I think LRXC had one yesterday. Maybe, like, the run before that. And, like, Stab Psychic on Espeon does crazy damage. Like, even to, like, neutrals, it, like, absolutely chunks them. I was very surprised. Which I probably shouldn't be, considering it's 130 special attack, right? But... like, Stab 130 special attack is nice. I think Espeon's 130, right? Pretty sure it is. I think all evolutions are, like, 130 in a stat, right? That's, like, their whole gimmick, like, 130 and 110. Like 110 speed for Espeon, 130 special or something like that. I didn't know the 95 was consistent, because I recognize the 95 because that's Flareon's special attack, I think. Like 130 attack, 110 Spadef, 95 special attack. I didn't realize that one was consistent between them as well. It's good to know. You're breeding for an Impish Miltank? Well, I mean, that might match up pretty well into Crobat, then. I don't know how many... I have to look at the calc and see how many hits, like, that Miltank can take from Crobat. Let's do Miltank. You'd have to have a look at the damage roll scorper on Crobat versus, Miltank and see if you need to, think about the EV investment to live that. Because the other problem with Crobat is it can poison you as well, obviously, with Sludge Bomb potentially. But like at the same time, you can paralyze it with Body Slam, which then like neuters it, which is good. Maybe that's an argument for why you should be rocking Body Slam on it. Why did I just kill that? That is not what I was meant to be doing though. Really smart. Sometimes I forget that this is like a shiny hunt, and I just like start playing the game normally, and then my brain like remembers what I'm actually doing here. Yeah, nice crit, man. I mean, come on. Stop taking the piss. If this next tackle crits, I'm actually just soft resetting. Yeah. Don't have an Oran Berry. Thank you. Same, Riley. I'm glad it's not just me. Yeah, Mudkip clearly wants to play the game. I feel like such an idiot sometimes when I do some of these hunts, because, like, you just, like, you pay no attention. Like, I'll be, like, reading chat or, like, say I'm not streaming and I'm just, like, chilling. But, like, watching a video, and I'll look down and I'll be like, what? Like, I'll be just, like, running left and right or something with, like, out the grass. Or, like, I'll have hatched all my eggs and I'll just be running left and right still. Like, almost like I'm just still hatching eggs. It's just silly. It's pure muscle memory and pure lack of attention. But what can you do? I feel like this is a damage roll for tackle. Let's just Mudslide. It's why I use auto counters for everything, Riley, because, like, my attention span is so terrible. Like, when I'm, like, hatching eggs, I have one for eggs collected and one for eggs hatched, because, like, otherwise I'll just end up cycling left and right for ages. At least, like, when I have the counters on the screen, like, I'll glance up and I'll be like, huh, that's not quite right, and then I'll realise that I'm meant to be doing something else. You do the same thing in the Frontier sometimes. Yeah, it tends to be that the impacts of me doing that is a little bit less extreme, though. Like, if I just brain rot out and don't do anything for a while, like, nothing really matters other than me wasting a little bit of time. Hey, always good, Jacob. How you doing? Happy Saturday. Oh, Riley. I'm pretty decent with that one at this point. Like, I know it's B for nickname and then spam A afterwards. I've messed that one up, like, a lot at the start, but I feel like I've ironed that one out for the most part now. This is a real first world problem here, though. But my GameCube doesn't look as clean anymore now because I've got Ruby in it instead of Emerald. And now it's not all nicely color coordinated anymore. Which is a very, very first world problem to have. The problem with that one, Riley, is there's, like, you won't notice it at all. Like, there's... You just think you're still in the text, because, like, it takes so long to get through that, like, text in the first place. You'll have to post a team when you're done with it, Scorpio. I'd like to see the Miltank squad. Miltank was definitely one of those mons that, like, the more I got into the Frontier, the more I respected it. It's kind of like Marowak, except not as good. But, like, I feel like I had no respect for Miltank until, like, I did the Frontier, and it's actually pretty good. It's a solid mon. I've been theory crafting on the team for Charizard. There's like a Sun team I want to try with it, with like Executor and Umbreon, but then I want to try like just a more standard team with it as well. And I've been thinking about what that team would look like. A little bit. You see, in my head, Vreeze, I don't even think of Miltank as the counterpart to Tauros. Because I didn't really play Gen 2, which is where they are more of counterparts. I think of Kangaskhan as the counterpart to Tauros. Because I think of, like, rare stuff in the Safari Zone. And there's obviously Chansey, which is, like, its own thing. And then there's Tauros and Kanga. So my head defaults to Kanga as, like, the like for like, which obviously isn't true, but... Or maybe it's true for Gen 1, actually, because I guess, Miltank didn't exist at that point, right? Whereas Kanga did. I guess it's just in Gen 2 they have more of a connection. Made it to May without a single encounter, blessed run. I hope that your next 3 encounters, you encounter wild level 4 Zigzagoons and can't run for 7 turns. That's the only way that we can make this right karmically. Snorlax is the counterpart. Okay, that's an interesting concept. Movesets are pretty similar. To be fair, all 3 of them are kind of like similar Pokemon, just like... I think it's just normal types in general. Like, they're all just like much of a muchness. Yep, pretty much freeze. Oh, wait, sorry, Scorpio. You're saying Snorlax is the counterpart of, Miltank. I thought you were talking about Tauros. That makes more sense. Yeah, just big blob normal types is the theme. Miltank, Snorlax, Blissey, the blob archetype. Yo, it's good, DOR. How you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, the random special attacks is kind of funny. I'm pretty sure there was like a weird niche use for, Fire Blast on Snorlax at some point. Like, it saw some use. You thought he meant... Doesn't this, like, tell you the whole story that you need to know, though? Like, the fact that you can get confused with, like, what have I just done, though? I've hatched these. I need to just try it. What am I doing? The fact that you can get all of them confused like that, where you're talking about, like, oh, I thought he was about this one, this one, this one. The fact that we can't even, like, determine which ones he was comparing tells you everything you need. Yeah, I know your DOR. I remember your profile picture. How you doing, man? Oh, let's try it. Snorlax and Miltank. Okay, that's what I was going with. Your EV training, your pride and joy, shiny collars, Suicune. I mean, it's up there, man. It's peak. I have to say it's peak. Like Black Mane in Colosseum, like God tier back sprite in like main series Gen 3. What can you do? It's simply just peak. Let's do +1 on the counter. There we go. It's really hard to build, like, very solid, stable teams in the Battle Tower without ending up on stall. I think stall is just the only thing that's, like, actually consistent. It's, like, very hard to think about building, like, a very, very solid team that covers off, like, 95% of mons without just ending up at some variation of 700 turn battles. Yeah, exactly, Vreeze. It's just not... Like, eventually you'll just get crit at the wrong time, or you'll get some type of, like, status spam, and something will go wrong, or you'll get froze, or, like... There's too many things to, like, account for without stalling. Like, you can get high, like, don't get me wrong, like, you can get over 100, it's just, like... Getting consistently above that is gonna be, like, very difficult. I still haven't figured out what my goal is gonna be for the Salomon squad. Like, I obviously want to get to at least 100, but... I don't know how much further to try and take it. I still haven't even settled on what I'm doing with my Salomons, to be honest with you. Because, like, the initial idea was Choice Band, and, like, I think I need Brick Break. Like, I'm kind of set on having Brick Break just so I can hit Snorlax better. Because it's so scary for my team. Like, I don't know whether to run DD or Choice Band still. And, like, if I end up running DD, I need to, change the EV spread a bit. Because it seems a waste to get rid of Dragon Dance, but, like, I can always clone it and keep Dragon Dance on one of them, but then, like, that feels kind of weird as well. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Yeah, my eggs are on that game. We're chilling. Hyper Offense is pretty optimal in doubles. Doubles looks pretty fun. I feel like I'm gonna take the team into doubles at some point. I'm just not sure that, like, substitute, like, Pataya is as useful in that as it is in singles. I think it's very much a singles-focused type build. Cherry on top, Dive Ball took you weeks to get. Dude, the Dive Ball with, like, Shiny Suicune in Gen 3 looks unreal. It's one of my prized shinies as well. Surprised you're not using an Ursaring. Are you an Ursaring fan, Scorper? I've never been much of an Ursaring fan, personally. It's just a bit too slow for my taste of what I like. Like, it's not really bulky, but it is slow. It's kind of like a weird archetype. I'll leave the Ursaring to our good friend Amaryllis. Ring's scary, but not that great to use. Yeah, I'm kind of at the same mindset for it. It's one of those ones where it can click Hyper Beam and just, like, decimate you, but, like, if you used it, like, you don't want to be relying on Hyper Beam, because then, like, something comes in and gets a free turn to, like, double team or something annoying. I'm not a big fan of the recharge moves in the frontier. Yeah, it was good, Harry. You couldn't find a physical wall strong against fire. Physical wall strong against fire. Regirock? Probably. I mean, Regirock, I hate physical walls that are weak to, like, the best physical types, though. It's so annoying. Yeah, I should... The fact that I didn't think of Milotic and then Suicune as well is obviously, like, very... Like, probably the best physical wall and also just shits on fires. Now that I'm thinking about it, most of the physical walls are kind of good against fire. Like, Weezing's bad against fire, probably. Skarmory is bad against fire. Steelix is bad against fire. But, like, it's about 50-50 of whether they're, like, good or ass against fire, basically. Oh, are you building, like, a fresh new team, Scorpio? Gave Riley PTSD, unlock it. I mean, that's a good firewall, Jacob, but it's not a good physical wall, really. Like, physical is, like, the only way to break Snorlax, really. Like, it's good once you get curses up, but just, like, unboosted, it's not a very solid physical wall. Like, it's not bad, but, like, it's definitely not... I wouldn't call Snorlax a physical wall. It's a special wall, for sure. This will be your third level 50 team. I think the thing that annoys me with the level 50 versus level 100 thing is, like, you have to redo the EV spreads for, like, level 50 versus level 100 if you're trying to do specific things. Like, I was looking at, like, building the Charizard, and because, like, the substitute and needs, like, specific HPs, and, like, the speed tiers changed slightly as well, because of, like, the 30 and 31 merging. Like, I need a bit more speed investment at level 50, and, like, I need more HP investment. Which is annoying, because then I'm going to have to get the berries. I think I need, like, a tomato berry or something like that to then, like, fix my EV spread afterwards. I need a Pom Egg and a tomato to undo it. Why have I just attacked this Poochyena, and I get crit for it? Oh, it's unlucky. Yeah, I'd probably agree with that, Varese, because level 60 still has, like, the most favourable damage rolls for a lot of stuff. Zapdos speed ties 115s at level 60, that's interesting. I just want to do it at 100 because I think 100's just cooler. Why have I just done that? Oh, I was not paying attention. Oh, this is why you should lock in when you play the game. I literally have a potion, and I'm gonna run all the way back up. We love that. Is this like... Oh, it's because I got crit by that Poochyena, didn't I? And I'm minus defense, of course. Ah, classic. I mean, that's just stacking fails on my part, though. Like, accidentally, like, clicked A on a Pooch and got crit for it, and then just was not looking at all when I was spamming anything. Oh well, it's not that long of a walk. Be good for fire. Golem, Loki, Frail. I think all the, like, ground rock types like aren't really that great to use. It's like with Ursaring that we were talking about earlier. There's some Pokemon that are like scary to fight, but not great to use as the player. And I think like Golem and Rhydon fall straight in that category as well, where it's like very scary Pokemon to fight, but not very good to have on your team. And like, yes, Rhydon's good, like it has good HP, it has good attack, but like, I don't know, man. I just think Rock Ground is just a terrible typing. Like, you're weak to fighting and ground still, so you're still gonna get, like, bopped by, like, a Machamp. And then you're also just, like, super weak to everything special. I just don't think they're great Pokemon. Ah, yes, crit again. Lovely. Oh. Haha! That's what we like. Karma. Karma crit. Get fucked. Right, if I'd have lost back-to-back to this Draco, I would have cried. Indeed, equivalent exchange. I always really liked Rhydon as well. So it makes me really sad that it's, like, not really usable. Like, you probably could make a team and have a Rhydon on it, but you'd need, like, very solid answers into a lot of mons. Karma Chameleon. Jesus. Ooh, that's interesting, Vreeze. I never thought about that. Use it for Lightning Rod. I guess the problem with using it in doubles, though, is that's 2 chances of something coming out that has a water or a grass move that just, like, wipes you off the face of the planet. Like, I feel like it still wouldn't be very good in doubles, right? Mind you, EQ, like, 130 attack EQ is pretty nice. Like, Lightning Rod's useful. Like, maybe it could see some use. I mean, at least Rhyperior gets solid rock, though, Jacob. So at least it, like, can tone down the damage of the super effective moves a little bit and, like, actually live. And there's also the berries in Gem 4 that let you, like the pinch berries that reduce the damage of certain moves. Plus Stealth Rocks exists, so, like, that's kind of useful. Whereas our lovely rock types don't get Stealth Rock in this game, so they're, unfortunately on the more useless side of the spectrum. I like Rhyperior's shiny, but I never really liked the Pokemon. I always thought Rhydon was cooler. I think that for quite a lot of the, like, added evolutions, though, there's not... Well, there's some I like, but I think a lot of them, the originals were better. Like, I like Magmar over Magmortar, for example. Like, Electivire's kinda cool. It has a nice shiny. I think Electivire was probably my favourite of the, like, added evolutions. Yeah, sounds good, Vreeze. And then you gotta remember the horrible Togekiss that got added. Disgusting Pokemon. Absolute plague on humanity. Did it make the evolution line useful? Yes, but was it also, like, one of the worst Pokemon ever made for just being annoying as shit? Probably. I agree with that as well, Riley. I like Sneasel more. I think a lot of the Gen 4 gender differences were just, like, worse as well, though. Like, Sneasel, like, with the smaller feather, and then, like, Pikachu with the weird tail. Like, I think a lot of the gender differences, like, they weren't, like, cool design differences, they just, like, made the design slightly worse. Which I wasn't really a big fan of either. See, I don't know a lot about, like, any of the new anything, because the last Pokemon game I played in the whole series was, like, Y, I think. So I'm not too, like, clued up on all the new stuff that's been added. Sneasel has inner focus, which I guess is good for, like, fake out spam, right? What does Weavile have? If it doesn't have inner focus? Why would I play Aurus, Jacob? I have the better version right there. Really? It blocks Intimidate. That's like a crazy big buff to the ability, no? That's actually like a super buff. Let me see you ride a Latias. Let me see 60 FPS. Unlucky. Let me see, like, nice colours in my game. Unlucky. I mean, I'm a shiny hunter, like, if the Pokemon colours are ass, I don't really care. I think the charm of, like, like, especially Emerald for me, like, Emerald is the greatest game, like, ever, in my opinion. Like, it's my favourite game of all time, for sure. And not even really close, either. I used to be a big Fire Red, like, fan, but, like, ever since I played Emerald, like, a lot more, it's just not even really close. Emerald's just the GOAT. Unfortunately. As weird as it is, for me, like, the broken RNG is actually, like, it makes the game a lot more interesting to me as a shiny hunter, because you have to play around, like, the RNG to, like, hunt stuff. And it puts you in some interesting scenarios. Oh no, Mako. That's unlucky. See, I was always more of a Kyogre fan. But realistically, I was actually just a Rayquaza fan. I didn't really care about either of those two. Rayquaza existed and Rayquaza was way cooler. Time lost from battery message runs scuffed. So true, Riley. So true. Good thing my batteries are downstairs. I'll have to solder in a new one today. Unfortunately, I've got to do some work this weekend to finish off, like, a project I was working on, so I'm thinking, like, when you go live, I'll probably just watch along while I'm working to give me some, like, something to make me want to not kill myself for working on the weekend. So I'll probably end up swapping the battery tomorrow instead, to be honest. Indeed. To be fair, I've been working from home like the last week, so I've had like a lot of time to catch up on like watching or like listening along to videos, so like I'm not too butthurt about having to work this weekend. Like, it's annoying, but if I had to pick a week to work on the weekend, it probably would be this week. It's been a relatively chill actual week. No dice, I don't think. Nope. You just go to your local flea market and make the guy you buy Pokemon games off do it for you. I mean, fair enough. I mean, I'm from the UK, and like over here we get like lessons when you're in like we call it secondary school. I think it's like probably high school in America, and they teach you how to like solder and stuff as part of that. So like I'm not like worried about soldering. Like I couldn't solder something like difficult, but it's relatively easy to solder in like batteries. So the limited knowledge I attained from school is enough to carry me through. What am I doing here? I'm trading back across. I got some nice little battery holders off Etsy. So like once I've soldered them in once, like I don't have to solder ever again for each game. What I have to do is just pop the old battery out when it dies and pop the new one in. Job done. You called it the Skilled Trades program. You see, it's not really like that here, because like they call it like options, so like you choose from certain subjects. So like in my school, they made you choose between like doing one of either art or design and technology. And like design and technology was like soldering, like computer, like design of like production stuff, like I don't know, like casting. We did a little bit of casting of pewter and stuff like that. Whereas art is obviously just like art. Like I wouldn't say it was like trade skills, it was just like it kind of is, but like not enough to be called like an actual skill. Like just like really basic shit. Like sawing and like construction, but like on a very basic level. I wouldn't call it a skill at the level they had us doing stuff at. That's all I'm trying to say. Plus, like, it was kind of the class where, like, a lot of people that were, like, you know, like, the naughty kids would go to it because, like, it was all coursework rather than exams. So, like, the teachers would force the kids to, like, go to that one if they weren't passing a lot of classes so that they could force them to do the coursework properly so they'd pass it. So it was kind of, like, had a reputation of being, like, the shit class, basically. So much like dodgy shit happened in that class. Like someone stole like a scalpel for like cutting cardboard, and like they had to like hold us all in the class and search everyone. Someone stabbed someone with like a metal file. Like just fucking like unreal stuff, man. But I do live in a bit of a shit area, so that's probably why. You got to take skilled trades, auto trades, wood shop. Half your days in high school were a dream since you knew you were going into construction, all your teachers did, so you just slacked elsewhere. Yeah, I mean, fair. Like, it's not for everyone. Like, it just is what it is. See, ours were, like, very basic, though, Riley. Like, our wood shop was, like... I can't even... I don't know how to describe it. It was, like, really, like, super basic. Like, it wouldn't, like, set you up to, like, know what you're doing. Like, it was so bad. And that's just the quality of our education, unfortunately. Yo, what's good, Raven? How you doing, bro? Good luck on the hunt. Thank you, thank you. It's gonna be a long one, so we're settled in. I've only just managed to get back into the actual shiny hunting because I was setting up an egg for a long while. So I'm just happy to be actually hunting again at this point. I'm gonna have to do some, like, serious thinking about how I'm gonna, like, patch this, like, Charmander video together as well. Because it was, like, super scuffed, because obviously I was aiming for Hidden Power Grass. So, like, when I saw that I had 31 HP, I was like doom and gloom, because it was, like, over in my head. Because, like, I didn't even look into HP Ice and, like, how to get that. So I didn't even know how to get it. So, like, I don't even know if I was, like, recording when I was, like, checking, like, what hidden power it had. So, like, I don't even know how I'm gonna, like, figure the video out for this. I might have to do, like, a bit of, like, post-editing or something. Like, I don't even know what I'm gonna do. Maybe I'll just talk over and just put some, like, footage in the background. I don't know. It's gonna be weird. Gonna be some patchwork scuff job. That's a shame. Your woodshop classes were amazing. It's the only time you ever scored 100. You're in 12th grade. The principal had you teach some classes to fill in for the freshmen. That's cool, Riley. I mean, the thing is, like, the classes here probably would have been decent if, like, again, like, I live in a shit area and, like, the schools are shit. And, like, people just, like, ruined it. Like, it probably would have been decent classes, but, like, in the design, like, the woodshop class, we had, like, a teacher that was, like, a newly qualified teacher. And, like, the class, like, literally made her, like, break down in tears and she quit from the school. So, like, if that doesn't tell you, like, the quality of the class, like, I don't know what to say, man. Like, it was just, like, absolute degeneracy every single lesson. Like, no one ever behaved in that class, just, like, absolute, like, tomfoolery going on. It's hard to achieve anything in that class. Your woodshop teacher was a pothead. Yeah. That's kind of GG as well at that point, let's be honest. It's so funny, like, how a teacher can, like, make or break a class. Like, I had this a lot at uni when I went there. Like, some of my classes, like, we had, like, obviously at universities they have a lot of, like, overseas lecturers come in and, like, provide classes. And, like, some of the lecturers, like, you couldn't even understand what they were saying. And, like, those classes were just, like, a complete write-off. Like, you'd be better off just going and trying to read the slides and just, like, make it up in your head yourself. Teachers make a big, big difference to, like, how good an experience is. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. This is very off topic again, but like just circling back to Metagross as well, Riley, and why I just can't be bothered to do any more eggs right now as well. Like, one side of it is like that I only want to do this for like things that I'm really like have perfected, and the other side is just like I am just so sick of eggs right now. I don't think I could force myself to like do 10k egg steps, and because like it's genderless as well, like they won't even be fast eggs. Like, I don't have it in me right now to do that, I don't think. That's the natural progression of the food system, Mako, right there. Once you, like, find one part of the community, like, you find the rest of it because everyone's just, like, in each other's chats and everyone's streams. It's the same with, like, I found Amaryllis first, and then once I started watching Amaryllis, like, I started getting Nighthawk in my recommended. And then once I watched Nighthawk, I met Riley. And then, now I just know, like, everybody, basically. Yeah, Metagross would definitely be the slowest, Riley, just because it's, like, the egg steps are the same egg steps as Bagon was and Snorlax, but it's just the genderless thing is just gonna give you bad eggs. Which, the upside of that, it's actually kind of nice to have slow hatching eggs if you're gonna get your eggs slowly. Because then it means you can still collect 5 before they start hatching. So, like, there is some, like... It's not all doom and gloom because of that. Like, if you're gonna have slow eggs, it's actually nice to have longer egg steps, I think. Yeah, the 10k egg step ones are no joke, man. Like, Snorlax took so long to set up. And, like, it wasn't even that many encounters. I think it was, like... do I even have the number anymore? I think it was, like, 7,000 and something. Do I have it saved? I must have it somewhere. I've got it somewhere, I don't remember where. I think it was like 7,700 eggs or something like that. And that one felt very long. Back in round 20. Big freeze, big. Is this doubles or is this singles? Singles, right? I mean, to be fair, I've done some of the initial setup for Beldum already. Like, I've got my Ditto with good IVs. And I got myself a 2 IV Beldum as well. Just from, like, soft resetting. Yeah, it really has, Riley. Like, it really is just the, It went from your DMs to, to your server, so... It's really nice to have just, like, a place like that. Thankfully, it's been very drama-free so far as well, which I think is just a side effect of the fact that everyone that's in there is a bit older, I think. Or a lot of the people that are in there are a bit older. It's the problem I have with these Discords. Like, when the Discords start growing, there's always inevitably some drama over something that nobody actually really cares about. But I think with the type of people that are in there, we should be okay. I really enjoyed Amaryllis' episode of the podcast as well. I think I was listening to that one while I was at work. It was very, very chill to listen along to. I'd been waiting for him to go on there, to be fair. Like, I knew he'd be on there at some point. That's how it goes, Raven. Once you find one of them, like, the algorithm just locks them. Yeah, exactly. Deal. Very cozy Discord. Yo, it's good, Daikon. What capture card are you using? So I am using a... What have I got? I've got a GameCube with a Game Boy player with... I think it's the HD60S is the capture card, but there is an upscaler in the back, which I think was the... I think it's called Bitfunk. It's either like Bitfunk X, I think it's called, or something like that. It's like there's an upscaler, and then I'm also using like GBI to get the quality nice and crisper. So there's a few different pieces going on in here. Like I do have DS capture cards as well, but which is slightly crispier quality. But I need to trade for this hunt, and like the only way to capture the trade footage is with the GBA player. So it's running through GameCube for this. Yeah, Jacob. I think that's probably how a lot of people first found Nighthawk, I think. Like that video went like pretty hard in the For You pages, I think. Doing some homework right now. Got a competition tomorrow. How many years do you have left of, like, university now, Daikon? Is it still, like, a year or two? Or is this your last year? I forget how long you've been in university now. Is it a volleyball competition? Or a, sorry, dodgeball? I'm not surprised you keep finding us everywhere though, Jacob. Everyone's in each other's like streams and videos all the time. Everyone shares a very common interest, so a lot of this... It's quite nice because like a lot of the stuff that people put out is stuff that interests me. You quit uni over the summer, started a new maths program at a different school. Gotcha. How are you finding the new program? I think I'm still a while out though, Riley, because like me and Nighthawk spoke about it, but like a lot of the like conversation is about like how did you find the team in the Frontier, and I obviously haven't used the team in the Frontier yet. So like I could probably speak about the theory for ages, but like until you take it in there, like you don't really know what the holes are. Theory crafting only gets you so far, I feel. Super easy and you love that. Nice, Daikon. How many years is that course? Like, do you get to transfer any of it over, or is it like a fresh start, basically? I need to look at the HP ice rolls against Dragonite. I feel like +1 probably kills, right? Be good to check that out and figure out, though. I looked at Salamence and Flygon mainly. Of course, I mainly looked at Salamence, but... You got to skip 1.5, so you have 2.5 left. I mean, that's not bad. And clearly it didn't, like, hurt or anything skipping that time if you're finding it okay so far. That's good news. I hate when they, like, assume knowledge in, like, courses. Like, when I was doing my, like, professional qualification for, like, the accountancy stuff, like, we'd do, like, an earlier course, and then, like, you'd go to the next course that was, like, the next tier up, and they'd, like, assume that you had a bunch of knowledge from the previous course, and it's just, like, it would have been, like, 8 months ago since you learned it, and it's like, I don't remember any of this. So it made it really hard to just, like, hop back into it. Sometimes, like, assuming knowledge actually, like, makes the experience a lot worse, but it sounds like that's not the case. Doing some hunting while you watch for a bit. Glad to see you streaming. Yeah, I mean, I was streaming, like, a bit more frequently, like, a month or so ago, but then I was away for work for a couple of weeks. Like, literally in the middle of nowhere, like, 2 hours away from my house, so I was, like, stopping in a hotel. And then I got, like, super ill from being there. Like, I don't know for sure that it was COVID, but, like, I feel like it probably was. And I was just ill for, like, a couple of weeks, so I just didn't really go live or anything. So yeah. We're back, though. It was hard to, like, be motivated to stream. Like, streaming the eggs was okay, like, collecting eggs, but, like, I don't know. I was getting tired of streaming or of, like, doing the eggs as well. So, like, I was losing the passion a little bit. You can't smuggle eggs like this in Emerald, right? You can smuggle eggs into Emerald through Colosseum. Because, like, when I don't know about eggs, but, like, you can smuggle... Like, you can't smuggle the eggs into Emerald like this, which is why I'm doing it in... Sorry, I just clocked your question there, DOR. Like, no, I'm doing this in Ruby because you can't trade the eggs in like this. But you can bypass some of Emerald's trade restrictions in general. So, like, for example, I did a team where I was breeding, like, shiny eggs in Emerald before I ever started doing, like, the 5IV stuff. And, I traded to Colosseum. One of the targets was, like, Magby, I think. And, like, Magby's not native to the Emerald Pokedex, so you can't just, like, trade it straight in from Fire Red, Leaf Green, or, like, even, like, completed versions of, like, Ruby Sapphire. But you can bypass it by trading through Colosseum. So I managed to smuggle in a couple of Magmars into my incomplete Emerald by using Colosseum. So there are some workarounds for, like, Emerald's trade restrictions, but not for the eggs, as far as I'm aware. You stopped because of a neurological disorder, so you didn't have much of a choice. Yeah, that's unfortunate, Daikon. I mean, it's nice to hear that it's going well, though, bro. W, you're trying to get some money saved to get back to classes. I think it's... Are you American then, Jacob? I think that's so rough. Because, like, it's a similar thing here in the UK where, like, you have to get, like, a loan to go to university unless you're, like, rich. But, like, basically everybody gets approved for the loan, and, like, they give you loans for, like, living expenses as well. And, like, you only pay back, like, based on what you earn afterwards. So, like, if you don't earn enough money, like, you don't have to pay back the loan amount. It's such a, like, foreign concept to have to, like, earn money to get back into the classes. That's rough. It's unfortunate. There's a new flu, it's horrid. I don't know if it was flu, though, because normally, like, flu is, like, hot and cold, right? Like, temperature, like, fluctuation. I never got, like, the hot and the cold when I was ill this time. Like, I got, like, everything else other than that, basically. And I'm not convinced it was COVID, because, like, normally when I get COVID, I lose my taste, and, like, my taste was fine the whole time. So, like, I don't know. It was not nice, whatever it was. Thankfully, I'm out the other side of it now, though. You're smuggling your team into Emerald to play through the game with your squad using Collar. Yeah, that's good. Here in Portugal, they gave back the part of the money you spent on university. That's nice. Yeah, American, you had to have a job where your family couldn't pay rent, and then you just started working full-time, and now you're 28. Have to take a class a third time, so you can't use aid for that. Yeah, that's rough, man. Oldest child of a single mom problem. Yeah, that's rough. Working full-time is, like, such a trap, though, as well. And, like, you have to do it when you have to do it, right? Because, like, that's life. But, like, it's so hard, like, once you get into working full-time to, like, get the energy to do anything else. It's such a, like, energy void. Like, you start working full-time and you're just tired after work and you just CBA to do anything. You right now? Honestly. If you didn't hit the gym on your lunch break, you'd never go after a long day of work. Yeah, that's basically... That is me. I just CBA. Just too lazy. Like, I finish work and I'm just... it's different for you as well, though, Riley, because you're obviously doing something physical. Whereas I work in, like, finance, so just sit at a desk all day. I just CBA after I finish work to do anything at all. As a software engineer, you need retirement soon. Is that long hours, DOR? My work's, like, very, cyclical. Because, like, I do, like, financial audit, so, like, we have, like, a lot of year ends at, like, certain times. So, like, certain times of the year are just, like, diabolically terrible, and then, like, other bits of the year are okay. You're working full-time and a part-time job? Jesus. See, I don't think I could do that, man. Like, doing one full-time job is, like, already enough. It's too much. I don't know about throwing a part-timer on top. But, again, like, it depends what you need, right? Like, some people just need it. Which is a sad state of the world. It really is. You put a woman on hold for now, you're trying to figure out a career. Is there anything more fun than trying to figure out a career in the world? Yo, what's good, Peter? Welcome in. How you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. Joining military is definitely the play. Do your 4 years, get your tuition paid. Yeah, that's like an American conversation. I've seen a lot of people talking about doing that on Twitter, though. It must be like a relatively common thing over there. Like, I think there's a similar thing here, but obviously because you can get funding to just go to university, and, like, you don't have to pay it back, like, until you earn money. Like, a lot of people just take that route instead. Not long hours, you even underwork on purpose, but looking at code gets tiring full time. Yeah, I can see that, DOR. I think just looking at a screen, and then, like, when your hobbies are also looking at a screen, it's a lot of looking at a screen. I think I'm probably gonna make this my last set of eggs here because I'm getting a bit hungry and I want to go and grab some food. So I'll probably finish this encounter off and then call it a stream, I think. Your goal is to get a house so you can have shiny land parties. So is like the extra job to help save money up for like a deposit maker. Yeah, houses, depending on where you live, are getting ever so out of reach at this point. It's not a fun time to be looking for a house. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Did I ask where you're from, Mako? I don't know if I know where you're from. Are you American? Can't remember if I asked. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, we should be chilling as long as I don't miss. Perfect. Yeah, I'm really bad with states, I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea where like any of the states are. Where is Wisconsin in the scheme of America? I assume VA is Virginia, right? The thing is, though, like, Riley, it's so funny, because, like, we always take the piss out of Americans for not knowing, like, countries. Like, in, like, Europe or, like, anywhere else. But, like, at the same time, like, America's so big, like, especially, like, NA. Like, states are basically, like, the equivalents of countries. Like, some of them are actually, like, legitimately bigger than countries. And, like, I don't know fuck all about, like, any of the states. Hey, what's good, Max? How you doing? How are your shiny huntings? How are your shiny huntings coming along? That is definitely a sentence. How are your shiny hunts coming along? I saw you were doing some varied hunts. Almost touching borders with Canada. Ah. I think we're going to be waiting for a little bit for the next shiny, unfortunately. Just based on the how fast I got the last one, which actually has no bearing whatsoever on how fast I'll get this one, but mentally it does. HP Ice must be so nice. You got a Totodile last night going for Cyndaquil, Zapdos, Bagon, and Rayquaza. Just covering off, like, every game possible then. We like that. Get yourself a nice spread of, of possibilities. Yeah, HP Ice is nice. I never really thought about it too much, to be honest. Like, when I first went for Hidden Power Grass, like, I just thought Swamp Earth would probably be a big problem. And, like, to be honest, mainly Whiscash was kind of scary for me, because it's, like, those ground water, like, with an Oko move is, like, hard to kill. So that's why I went for HP Grass initially, but HP Ice is good coverage as well for some of the scary dragons. So I was just kind of sick of doing eggs, to be honest. Like, I got that egg at, like, 16,400 almost, so I'd been doing, like, eggs every single day for that for, like, months and months and months. I was just a bit, I was very willing when I saw it was 70 power HP Ice to just take this one instead at that point. Because, like, this is the perfect stat spread for HP Ice, or, like, one of the perfect stat spreads. I've caught one too many Pokemon here. Yeah. Fantastic. Have a counter on the screen and still catch too many. Truly a genius. I'm happy to just get back into the hunting. The sooner I get back to the hunting, the sooner I can get into the actual frontier and go and take them for a spin. Can you remind me of the moveset you want to shoot for? So it's going to be Fire Blast, Flamethrower, Hidden Power Ice, and Substitute. And the idea is substitute down into, like, the HP spread will be, like, divisible by 4. So it'll activate Pataya Berry at 25% HP. And then I'll be Blaze boosted with +1 special attack. That's the set idea. And then Hidden Power Ice is obviously just coverage. Fire Blast, like, nukes a lot of Pokemon. And is needed for kills against some of the neutral Pokemon. Whereas Flamethrower is just, like, 100% accurate, so it's nice to have, so I don't have to, like, always gamble with accuracy. That's the idea behind it. It just means that where I would have been walled before by, like, Salamence or Dragonite or Flygon, I'm now going to get walled by Swampert or Whiscash on Charizard. To be honest, like, both coverages are, like, they're pretty equivalent, it just hits different Pokemon. And I think Milotic probably beats, Swampert and Whiscash. And by probably it, as long as I don't get, like, Quick Claw fissured by a Whiscash, I think Milotic can deal with it. Yep, 16k eggs. It's been an absolute grind fest, unfortunately. It was about just over 700 hours of hunting. So, yeah, not a fast one by any means. By far the longest out of all the egg setups, which is funny because it was the fastest that I had both the 4IV parents. I had both my 4IV Charmanders at 400 eggs in. And then it took me another 16,000 to get the end one. So, yeah, it was a rough... It's rough because there was no, like, progress. You know what I mean? Like, it's just... It's kind of similar to shiny hunting, though, like... Just a bit more annoying because it's not really, like, the end point. That's just the setup to actually start the shiny hunt. You really like that set? You'll see me in the chat cheering you on when it shines. Your shiny Zard regular resets as HP Fire. Yeah, it's not what you want to see, is it? HP Fire on Charizard. Good IVs, 150 at level 50. Yeah, good IVs is the main thing. To be honest, I've got a few. Like, I got 3 shiny Charmanders while doing that 16k eggs. And then I already had a shiny Charizard, so I've got 4 of the evolution line already. So this will be my 5th of the evolution line whenever this does shine. And Riley doesn't have to eat his shirt because I got it before 20k. Which is a cop-out from me, and is part... I should go back and just target the HP grass one just so I can make him eat his shirt, I think. Personally. Make myself suffer just to make Riley suffer. It sounds like a fair trade. I need to theory craft a team for the Charizard, though. Like, initially I had a team idea that was going to be, like a Sun-type team. Like, what I wanted to do was have, like, a very, very slow, Umbreon. And then have Sunny Day with Bat and Pass, so I could set up Sunny Day, and then get hit on the turn I Bat and Pass out. So I could, like, Bat and Pass safely into, like, either Executor or Charizard in the sun. And then have, like, a Chlorophyll Executor with, like, Boom, Solar Beam, just all your standard stuff, really. So I might build that team still. But I also want to think about, like, a more standard team that it would fit on as well. I think the Sun team would be cool to build, though, because I've never used, like, weather in-game before. Yeah, they make shirts way yummier in Canada. Dun, 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 dun. Whose team would win? What, like, my team versus your team? I mean, you'd be leading Ninjask, right? I think you'd win, just on the... You'd be intimidated, though, so you'd be passing, like, neutral attack into... Like, even if I spam Aerial Ace, say, on Ninjask, like, you're gonna get Speed Boost up. You're gonna get the Berry. But then Intimidate's gonna get passed as well, so you'd be passing, like, neutral attack. I feel like neutral... The thing is, Riley, I don't think neutral whack, as in, like, flat, zero boost whack, would kill my Milotic in one shot. Like, I don't think... I couldn't one-shot whack with, Salamence. But, like, even in the case where you then get out and you kill Salamence, like, you can't one-shot Milo, and Milo would one-shot whack, if that makes sense. So then you'd have to... You could swap, though. Like, you could swap into Vaporeon. But, like, you can't really kill... It'd be, like, a really horrible match, because we'd just be stalling each other. Because, like, I would have, like, sub and recover, but I wouldn't be able to hit Vaporeon because it's got water absorb. So it would just end in, like, this disgusting, like, stall match, basically. Oh, I've hatched all my eggs again. What am I doing? It depends though, Riley, because if I kept Dragon Dance on Salamence and I DD'd up, I'd maybe be faster than Whack. But, like, I don't know if I want to run DD or not. I think it would end in just some, like, absolutely horrific, like, stall fest. And it would just be whoever runs out of PP first gets folded. It would not be very fun. I need to trade back out, don't I? Yeah, I need to trade back out. You tried rain surf doubles, but the damage was very disappointing. You were telling me though, right, Vreeze, like, if you don't hit your own Pokemon with the move, which is like Surf, right, the damage is halved, right? Because, like, Earthquake does full damage because it hits your teammate, doesn't it? Whereas we were saying Surf is halved because it doesn't hit your teammate. It's like, I'm not surprised it's, like, a bit underwhelming because you're halving the base power. And, like, the thing with doubles, right, is, like, you're better off just, like, clearing out one Pokemon than, like, chipping two. Slow Umbreon would be amazing. If Venusaur has Chlorophyll, then honestly that would fit your need. Yeah, unfortunately Venusaur doesn't get Chlorophyll in Gen 3. You see, I've never been like a Milotic enjoyer, which is part of why I like wanted to use it on this team, because everyone always raves about it, and I wanted to like the Pokemon. Like, it fits the role I need, and like it's just so solid. It's so consistent. I'm gonna have to put a little bit of speed investment in it though. So it's not gonna be like max HP, max defense. I think what I'll probably end up doing is doing max defense. I'll siphon a little bit out of HP just to outrun Nidoking that has Horn Drill. Just to give me another chance to get a substitute up against that rather than just getting O-code. I don't think I need to like steal much. I think it was only like 40 points or something like that I needed. But I just think I need sub on Milo because I'm susceptible to Oko. And I think that'd be a nice thing to outrun. Especially if my Salamence is already dead and that comes out. That could be a problem if I don't outrun it. (106) speed. I'll have to have a look at what I had in have a look at what I had saved. I've got the set saved, I think, in my calc. I don't know what that is at 50, but I was gonna run 32 speed, I think. 32, so it's 206 at level 100, I don't know what that is. Let me swap to 50. I mean, again, I'd have to have a look at the speed tiers. It looks like it's 105 at level 50, but again, I was doing that calc for level 100, so I'd need to tailor the EV spread for 50, so it probably would need to be 106 at 50. So that's probably the speed tier I was aiming for anyway. Milo was one of those mons you always liked, but never got it as a kid. You were able to find Feebas somehow, but never evolved it. I think that's part of why I don't really have an attachment to it as well, Scorpa. I never had a Milotic as a kid. Like, the access to information back then was a lot different, so I never knew how to... Like, I think I knew Feebas existed, but I never even, like, found Feebas, I don't think, as a kid. So I never had a Milo, so I never formed, like, any type of attachment to it as a Pokemon. I wonder if 206 is the same speed tier at 100. You have a dumb question with 150. Will Blaze activate right at 50 HP, or does it have to be 49 HP? It needs to be, so if you want it to activate, I think it activates at, let me double check. The easiest way to see that is I'll just put it in the damage calc really quick. Where's the damage calculator? Yeah. So if we do Zard, and we do level 50, and we do... I want to say it's at 33%, so I think you'd beat him Blaze there, but let me calculate it. I mean, how are you going to reliably get to that HP though, Max? Like, is that... Because the way it works, the way you get there, like the way you get into Blaze with Substitute is you need divisible by 4. Because then what happens is when you don't need to sub down to 1 HP, you can sub down to 25% and be in range. So like it's not so much about like being able to hit it at exactly 1/3, it's about being divisible by 4 so you can get to 25% HP. Like that's the whole game with it. Let me whack Zard in here and I'll be able to tell you the answer. If I put myself to 100 HP. What does Fire Blast do? 56. What about 101 HP? Yeah, it activates at exactly 1/3. So like I'm in the calc right now, and like if I had 300 HP and I'm at 100 HP, Blaze is active. You don't try to get there, you just want to know when it activates. Yeah. So in that case, yeah. 50 HP will be active if you're at 50 HP. Like, you don't have to be at 49. Like, if you're at 50 HP, Blaze will be active at that number. According to the damage calc, anyway. Let me double check that for 150 HP. I've just put in, like, because my Charizard spread's going to have 300 HP, so I've just put that in at 100 out of 300, and that has Blaze active. I'm going to end the stream there for now, though, guys. Thank you all for watching. It's been fun to do some actual shiny hunting again, instead of just cycling left and right on loop and slowly falling into the void of despair. So, thanks everyone for showing up and watching. I'll probably stream again next week, maybe. We will see. You didn't think this through, your Sceptile has 145 HP. Yeah, I mean, I had the same issue initially, Scorpa. I thought as long as it was even, it would work for the subs, but I didn't realise it had to be divisible by 4. So I kind of fucked it up with my Charizard at the start as well. It's easily done. Yeah, I'll see you in an hour or so, Riley. Give me a chance to grab some food and get my work laptop out and get ready to work on the weekend, because that is so fun. We love that. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.